in there. Now, like I said, without further ado, we're actually pretty ready to go in with our next run. Just a reminder of that, it is Dig Dug arrangement by Lotus. It's going to be 100%. I'm very excited to see it. Take it away for us, Lotus.
Hello, everyone, and my name is Lotus, and welcome back to the Completithon Marathon, and welcome to Dig Dug Arrangement. I am Lotus, and I'll be the one who is running the game, and I'm the current record holder for the category. Alongside me is my commentator, Andy, if he would like to introduce himself.
Hello, thanks for having me here.
Now, before I begin the run, I do want to explain one of the mechanics that's going to be used through the whole run, just because I won't have very much time to explain everything. But I'm going to be explaining the mechanic known as pump mashing. If you're familiar with the original Dig Dug game, you know that if you mash the attack command, you can pump enemies up faster than if you were doing it just holding it down. And this is going to be important because it saves so much time throughout the run, and it can also influence some cycles that we're going to want to have. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to be ready to begin here. The time will start once I hit A on this screen right here. So we will start the time in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, man.
I'll need it.
Alright, so I'm going to be commentating while Lotus plays the game. We've actually got just a short run for you today. It's only about 20 minutes is our estimate. I am confident that he's going to be able to complete it much faster than that. So Dig Dug Arrangement, this is actually the third game in the Dig Dug franchise. And this franchise experiences what I call the Super Mario Bros. Syndrome, where the first game was a success, second game was a completely different animal, and then this game, Dig Dug Arrangement, goes back to the roots. And we've just built off the original Dig Dug game with a few more enemies. We've got different power-ups now. Lotus actually picked up his first power-up on the first level, which was a red pump, which increases the range of his attack by a little bit.
And then the second item that I picked up was a green pump. That increases the speed of the inflation that we get.
Yeah, the speed that you inflate the enemies, not the speed that you shoot. Although you did just pick up the blue pump, so now you've got all three of them. You've got pump speed, inflation speed, and range now. So now we see a little blue ball traveling down. That is a new item for Dig Dug Arrangement. We call it the Cosmo Ball, and there's a red arrow on it that directs it, just knock out anything in this path, including yourself.
Yep, in that behavior, it behaves just like a rock, so you don't want to get crushed by it.
Definitely not. The yellow enemy, we call them, their official name is Unicorn.
So the item I just picked up is a green gourd. That can do one of 8 different things. And
yeah, I didn't know we were going to see one of those.
And it's a 1 in 32 chance of it appearing on any stage. But we got the effect that causes it to trigger the hurry up immediately. Now, unfortunately, because I don't have boots, I wasn't able to get the full cycle here. But I got another green gourd. Now, this is the the worst effect that you can get.
Okay, so these rings that you see scattered throughout the level, he unfortunately has to pick all of them up before the level ends. Okay, or until they disappear. Even though all the enemies were gone. We were hoping not to see that happen, but it's
If you get that effect on an actual run, you're better off just resetting, because that can cost like 15 seconds. But the reason why we still get the green gourd is because one of the effects that it can get is it causes all the enemies to die instantly. So
you never know. Another new enemy here on the previous round is these little red guys. They are robots that explode. Their official name, believe it or not,
explosive robot.
Explosive robots.
It's a very creative name.
Yeah, we love it.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have boots for this 9th stage. If you have boots, you can actually do a trick that saves 3 seconds.
Yeah, boots are one of the power-ups they introduced in this game. They just increase your movement speed. Hopefully we'll see those later.
We should see it, hopefully, before stage 12.
Yeah. So we actually have bosses in this game that the original Dig Dug did not. We'll be fighting a giant puka, which is the red and yellow guy on stage 12. That's coming up pretty soon. And we will fight bosses on rounds 12. There you go.
The boots.
You got boots. We will be fighting bosses on rounds 12, 24, 30, 40, and 50 is the last round. So we're actually a fifth done already.
Yep.
So speedy.
And now this stage, we can't go through these pipes, so we're basically just waiting for the enemies to come to us. And
Yeah,
now
no way
that
to
we have
speed
the
that up.
boots, by the way, yes, our movement is faster, but now we want to go as far into the game as we can without taking a death.
That is
Because
correct.
you
Every
lose all
time
your-
you die, you
lose all your
do
power-ups.
lose all your power-ups. Yep. All right, here we go. We got the first boss, and the only way to destroy this guy is by using the explosive robots. So we want to get the robots close to him, that they'll damage him, and they'll also kill off any other robots nearby. So you want to try to space the robots out, like Lotus just did there. It was just outside the range, and one more hit, and he's gone.
Yep. It needs 5 blasts total, and there's the 5th
There you
one.
go. That's a good fight.
And we will get extra lives when our score hits 50,000, which it just passed, and 150,000. And luckily,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
the
have to
thing.
worry about continues.
No.
If we lose all our lives, we can continue immediately. So it's not the worst thing in the world.
So here we go. We got another new enemy we're introduced to. That is Dark Dig Dug. He can dig through the terrain just like we can. Okay, yellow balance. Do not pick that up. Good job. Good job. That yellow balance would cause the rings to show up, which prolong the game. We definitely don't want that.
Funnily enough, the record actually does accidentally pick that item up, but it was in a point that it could not be predicted.
So you're saying that you're just too good. Even though you got slowed down, you still got the record.
Yeah, but it was at stage 41, so it basically cost no time. So the reason why I stayed at range there is so that I could just take out all the enemies on the left side. It's faster. 17, the Dark Dig Dugs proved to be their own worst enemy.
Yeah, I think that one just took itself out.
Yep. Unfortunately, I messed up the execution.
Oh, that's okay. You're doing fine.
18, we're not going to do very much movement at all.
You might have noticed that there's like blue-looking pukas. The original ones were red, right? The blue
Yep.
ones, we call them neo-pukas. And they're basically saying they just move a little faster and they deflate faster if you don't take them out fast enough.
And that's
Same
all the
thing
more
with the
reason
red.
why you should be pump matching too.
Yeah, you got it. Same thing with the red Figars. They just move faster. I think you already have boots, right?
Yep, I do.
They do not stack, if you're wondering.
I wish they did, but
That
I
would
can
be
understand
nice.
why they wouldn't. Now we're in the ruins areas for the next 4 stages.
Yeah, if
So-
you remember from the original game, there were different like colored terrains, but they didn't actually affect the gameplay. But we actually do have terrain that affects gameplay. Eventually, we'll get into the ice world, which
Yep.
we all love ice physics in video games, right?
Yep. Now 21, this is a boots specific strat. You can't actually get this execution without boots. So we're gonna take out the Neopukas, and then use a Cosmo Ball to take out the rest.
It's as easy as that.
Yeah, you cannot do that without boots. You will take a death if you do.
Yeah. Eventually, we might see the lock power-up show up, which prevents you from losing your power-ups if you do die. Now, dying is actually inevitable in Dig Dug arrangements. I think your record has 5 deaths? Or 4?
My record has 5 deaths in it.
Yeah. Not much you can do on this stage to speed it up. Kind of just have to wait.
Yep. So we're just
But
gonna
we
wait
are
for them to all
approaching
show up.
we are approaching the second boss of the run on the next round, and we will be killing him a slightly different method. You'll see. We will
So,
not have
you want to
exploding
explain-
robots.
Want to explain the
Yes.
ray gun?
Yeah, so we have just picked up a ray gun, and we can just shoot this mega Figar from afar. Now, Lotus is actually not mashing the shoot button here. He's holding a steady tempo because there's a lockout window. I couldn't even finish explaining it, and he's already done. But yeah, there's a tempo to shooting those bullets. If you shoot too fast, it'll actually waste a shot. Okay, another new enemy, the purple guys, Dodongodons. That is their name.
Yep.
I don't expect you to memorize that, but we could just call them purple guys. Yeah.
It's going to be a test after the run. I'm scared. I need to make notes.
Yes.
26
so you actually
is
just
another.
Completed. Go ahead.
26 is another boot-specific strat. You can't execute this without boots. You don't have enough movement. And we're done.
Look at that. Yeah, you're over halfway done with the game already.
27, we're just going to go up, take out the 3, and then we're going to go down. Now, I might actually take a delay here if I see a lock. Yes.
Ooh, smart. So now he's got a lock power-up. If Lotus dies, he will retain all of his buffs, like the increased walking speed from the boosts and the pump speed. So a little insurance policy. Good to have. That was some quick mashing.
Yep. Mashing is the big catch here. 29. I did wait intentionally just for the fire guard to breathe fire.
Yeah, sometimes those guys will just keep breathing fire over and over, and you just kind of have to wait it out.
I'm going to take the ray gun.
Okay, ray gun, it does take them a little bit longer to... They have to finish that animation of falling off the screen, but
it also gives you a much larger range.
Yeah.
Now, stage 30, this is not a fun stage. So we have to use the explosive robots again, and we need 6 blasts. If you're going for the record, you're going to expect to lose a lot of runs on this stage.
Yeah, Lotus self-describes this stage as the stage where runs go to die.
Yep. Nope, I got
that robot was just outside of range. That's okay, though.
It's okay. So there's 2 more blasts that we need to hit, but we got to get out of range.
We're doing fine. One more hit.
So we did deathless.
Didn't even die. Good job.
That's a very tough stage. Very, very precise.
We did fine. We are 60% done with the game already. 20 more stages to go, and now we get to go to the moon.
And we're on the moon for the last 20 stages. So.
Yes.
Now, ideally, I keep my power-ups through stage 36. Because 36 has another boot-specific strat. Luckily, these stages are pretty easy.
Fine. Yeah. Lots of Dodongodons to deal with.
The other enemy that you're seeing is the jammer. I call them hippo heads. Yeah, don't blink. You'll miss that one.
Yep.
So the jammers are similar to pukas, but they can also go to sleep like this one on the right here is.
He's just helping you out, letting you finish the run by not even attacking you. Don't pick that up. Okay.
Yep.
That is the yellow balance, which again spawns those rings. We do not want that. Sorry to backseat you. I knew you knew how to play the game.
It's all good. 35 is another tough stage. Just do as few movements as you can. But here you go. Here's your proof with the Dongodons being unpredictable.
That item he just picked up at the end of the stage is called a barrier. It's basically like a star in Mario Kart. Invincibility.
Yeah. 36, they're their own worst enemy. And that is
you only
boot
took out 2
specific.
of them.
Yeah. 36 was boot specific. If you don't have boots, you can do the same thing, but it will be 3 seconds slower. Now, I didn't get as many enemies as I would have liked there. Ideally, you get all 8 of them, but even at 4, it's still fine. We got boots. Now we're going to use the explosive robot.
There was an item on the previous stage called a blue rod, which causes a meteor shower to happen and can potentially take
that's the missiles. The yellow rod does that.
Okay, my mistake.
So I delayed there to take out the Figars.
Yeah, when the game says hurry up there, it speeds up the enemies a little bit. That usually only happens on this stage, unless you take too long, I believe, on any other stage.
There is actually also an item that can immediately trigger it. And I believe it is the green balance.
I will check for you.
But there's stage 40.
Yep. Again, holding a steady tempo with the shooting. He does not want to match because they'll waste a shot or two.
So 41, we're going to head to the bottom right corner. And then they're just going to all come to us. Except for the jammers that are sleeping. Now.
Ooh, careful.
Yep. Now, I mentioned the record run that gets the yellow balance. That could not have been predicted. The record for this game is 16 minutes and 23 seconds. So, yeah, it's impressive that it got that time, even despite that. But that was because I went deathless through this stage right here.
Yeah, well,
so we're just going to use all the rocks that we can.
I'll just explain that Lotus's PB is like 2 minutes faster than mine, and I'm second place, just to show you how good he is at this game.
And because we have boots, we can outrun it.
Very good.
So I believe you'll be going to take an intentional death here. Because it is faster.
Luckily you have the lock though, so you won't even lose your power-ups.
Now ideally the Cosmo Ball takes out more enemies, but...
There's the meteor shower I was talking about, okay.
Yeah. And then that was a regular food power-up, which just gives a bigger amount of score. Alright, 6 more rounds to go. I hear you like Dodongadons. There's 12 of them in this stage.
I do like Dodongadons.
I'm not used to having boots here.
You're not used to being good?
Oh. Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, no problem.
We're at a point now that we don't need the power-ups. Although we do not want to take more deaths here if we can help it.
Yeah, if you run out of lives, you don't really lose the run. It just loses a few seconds to just continuing. But it's okay.
There we go. 46 is a pretty fast stage. There's just 3 Dark Dig Dugs. But we do have to execute it particularly. Otherwise that happens.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Use the invincibility frames and just get them right back.
Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not picking up the red pump. And that's because I don't really need it at this point. 47.
Yeah, we only got 4 more rounds. Nice job dodging that fire.
That's harder than it looks. But now we're just going to wait a little bit.
Oh, boots.
Now, we could get boots again, and I think I will, just to see if I can. But I don't think I'll be able to with these fireballs.
The boots are definitely the most important item in this run. The movement speed helps, but it's okay.
Yeah, like, in the first 3 stages, if you don't get boots on the first stage, you will immediately lose 4 seconds. Which, while it doesn't seem significant, it really does add up. Getting the barrier here was clutch.
Yeah.
So 49, I'll hopefully see if I can do this deathless. We're gonna just go down here and wait.
Oh, I believe you can. Good mashing.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, so close.
The reason why I wasn't gonna take it was because those red pukas, there's actually 2 of them in each set.
Yeah. We actually have one more round after this. We're already done after this.
Oh my gosh, we're so speedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is typically faster to get the kill. But now, time will come up once we see round clear, the first letter for round clear on this fight.
Yep.
But it is the same.
Good timing on the shooting. 2 more hits.
And time.
That's Dig Dug arrangement. Good job, man.
That was a beautiful game. I really enjoyed watching that. I was watching it with my mouth open the whole time, like, what? This is so quick. Bouncing from level to level. That was 18 minutes, by the way. 18 minutes and 4 milliseconds. Just so you're aware.
That's a good time.
That's a good time.
It's a good time. Where can people find you both? That was fabulous.
Find us? Oh, well, you go
Yes.
first, Lotus.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
Of course, I just said, where can people find you? Because this has been a fabulous game. I'd love for people to be able to follow you on whatever platforms you're on.
On Twitch, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Lotus_RT. No, RT does not mean what you might think it means. I am known for actually running randomizers, particularly with the Zelda Oracles games, as well as Wario Land 3. But I may run some other games at the same time, too. It's just what I run normally. You might actually also know me as the person who ran Blinks the Time Sweeper for HDQ 2023.
Oh, nice.
So,
That's
I
pretty
love
cool.
some Zelda runs. Love it.
So
Love it.
those would be the best spots for me.
I'm just twitch.tv/YourFriendAndy. I mostly do speedrunning of Nintendo games, which includes this one. You can find this game, Dig Dug Arrangement, on like Namco Museum for the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. So that would be the leaderboard on speedrun.com. If you search for Namco Museum, that's where you find this game. I encourage you to check it out. Also, there's a 2-player mode. You want to talk about that?
Sure. The 2-player mode is definitely slower in terms of the speed run because a lot of stages have more enemies and the bosses have much more health. Like, you saw the tempo that I did with the ray gun on the bosses there. It's 16 shots for single player, but in 2-player game, it's 32 shots. So you're basically losing 50 seconds on just those 3 bosses because of the additional health.
Yeah, and you get to play both players at the same time, whereas in the original Dig Dug, you take turns. So you can compete with your friends or you can cooperate.
The score, however, is based on a cooperative score. So
Yes.
it is total.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for showing us that. I look forward to going to check that out later and getting competitive probably with my friends because we're all a bit too competitive.
Yeah, you can actually like inflate the other player.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it'll give you 10,000 points if you do.
Oh, well, I know exactly what I'm going to do right now,
yeah.
so thank you.
Yep. So have
It's
fun
a good
with
time. Yeah, Namco Museum for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox is
Awesome.
probably the best way to play this. That's what you're playing on right now, right?
That is correct. As a
Yeah.
fun fact, you'll probably notice that I got a bonus score at the end for clearing the game for the extra lives and for the rocks that I dropped. If you actually beat the game without using any continues, that bonus score is multiplied by 10. So instead of only getting
Right.
10,000 points for clearing, you'd get 100,000.
That's why you have a first place score of 700,000 there on that. That's good.
Funnily enough, that's actually not why. The second place score actually is the speedrun record run. That managed to do it without using a continue.
Or were you just score grinding then for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
My real highest score is actually around 1.1 million in single player. So,
Awesome. I can't wait
you
to check this
definitely
out.
get a lot more.
Thank you both. It has been absolutely fabulous to have you here today. GG's.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
I
having
hope
us.
that you choose to come back to us again at some point because I'd love to see it again or anything else that you've got to show us. But thank you very much. And everybody else over there in the audience, hang on tight. We're going to go to a quick intermission and we can fill you in on some exciting things happening next. Thanks again, both. You've been fabulous.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hello there, friends. What a fantastic few runs we've just had. That Dig Dug arrangement was so speedy. It felt like we blinked and we were through it. Fantastic run by Lotus and their commentary as well. It's been an absolutely fantastic start today for. Unfortunately, this is where I am leaving you just for today. I will be back tomorrow to host the start of the last day of the marathon, which makes me very sad because it's been fabulous. But for now, I'm going to hand you over to the absolutely wonderful and very capable Speth to take you away on another hosting journey on the next couple of games. I've been Abbienies. Thank you for having me. Over to you, Speth. Have fun.
Hello, everyone. Shout out again to Abbienies for an incredible hosting session this morning, and to all of our runners from this morning for the Crash Bandicoot 2 run, as well as Dig Dug arrangement. It's been a really fun start to the day, and we are just getting started. We have some incredible runs coming up next, including Treasure Adventure Game, which, if it is a game you have not heard of, it is an indie classic, 2011, really great soundtrack in my opinion, super fun. This is an absolute treat, so a run you definitely don't want to miss, especially if you haven't seen this game before. And then after that, we have Pokemon Puzzle Challenge and Let's Go Pikachu Eevee in our Pokemon block, followed by our Metroid block tonight with Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime. And as a reminder, if you are just tuning in, you might be asking, why are we here? What is this? Why is the Twitch called No Glitches Allowed, but this thing says Completithon? Well, let me tell you. We are here for Completithon, and Completithon is a speedrunning marathon that is focused on completionist speedruns specifically. So this includes 100% all collectibles, or even categories where you collect all of a specific collectible, such as all red berries or all shrines, just to name a few. If you're interested in getting involved or finding out more, make sure to join our Discord and follow us on Twitter to get updates about future events. And all those links can be found in the description on Twitch. You can also put in !schedule for the schedule for the rest of the marathon. We will be here today and tomorrow. It's been an incredible week, and I'm so sad that it's starting to come to an end, but we still have plenty of speedrunning goodness for you for the next couple of days. So stick around. We'll have all of this up for you soon. Also, I wanted to also remind you all that this is a charity speedrunning marathon because Completithon is raising money for Somos Familia Valle, a community-based organization created and led by local, low-income, first-generation college students who are LGBTQ+ people of color in the San Fernando Valley area in San Fernando, California. Somos Familia Valle organizes for intersectional LGBTQ+ liberation through transformative dialogue, advocacy, and civic engagement. So every dollar we raise during this marathon goes directly to Somos Familia Valle. We have currently raised $874 for them over the past couple of days. And thank you so much to everyone who's donated, who's tuned in, who's supported the marathon, organized the marathon, everyone who's volunteered to make this possible. We would not be here without you. So again, thank you so much for supporting such an incredible cause. If you want to learn more about Somos Familia Valle, put !charity in chat to get a link to their website to learn about all of their incredible programs and work that they've been doing. And if you have the means to donate and want to help out, !donate in chat will give you a link to our Tiltify page where you can donate to Somos Familia Valle and also put your donation towards various incentives throughout the marathon this weekend. Thank you all so much again for your support. We really appreciate it.